Et allez, allez, voilà, et voilà. Comme d'habitude, j'oublie tout le temps le timer. C'est pas possible, ça. C'est pas possible ces histoires. Donc attendez, je mets le timer. Je vous jure, à chaque fois, c'est quand je lance la vidéo que je me rends compte. Allez, donc c'est parti. Et bonjour ou bonsoir, c'est Revan. Et donc on se retrouve pour l'épisode 2 de The Council. Donc on va faire la partie 1 là. Voilà, ça va être divisé en partie. Voilà. Attendez, sauvegarde 1. Le 18 mars, et dis donc. Ah merde! Ah non, c'est bon, j'ai eu peur. Je croyais que ça allait relancer le jeu. Attendez.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Très bien. J'avais peur qu'en fait ça me relance juste la dernière sauvegarde. Faut que ça me lance pas direct l'épisode 2. Allez, c'est parti. Donc attendez, vos lectures. En étiquette. Non. Ouais. Allez, on va. Allez, c'est parti.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night. And I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
Un lien avec ma mère?
If there's a possible link to my mother, I hope you'll let me know.
In the early hours of the morning, Elizabeth Adams was found dead in her room, savagely mutilated with a knife. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Diversion. J'allais me coucher.
I was going up to my room when I saw Elizabeth waiting for me. She was very upset, and her words didn't make sense. I thought it best to follow her to her room, as she had asked me to.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
De son enfance avec
About
ma
my
mère.
mother. She had just found out that I was Sarah de Richet's son. Elizabeth wanted to tell me about the horrors my mother apparently inflicted on her.
Finding out that your own parents had always lied to you. Well, that must not have been an easy thing to hear. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information. Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Détails sur ce
Can
drame.
you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Moi, c'est louche ça. Je suis accusé de meurtre et on me laisse quand même. C'est moi qui dois enquêter. Est-ce que je peux aller lui reparler? On va voir.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Alors, on
I'll
va.
be in touch as soon as I have any more information.
Bon, c'était un troll, d'accord. Alors, oui, oui. Est-ce que je peux analyser cette statue? Non, mais elle m'a l'air très jolie. Pourquoi il y a un grand... Pourquoi il y a un puits au milieu, là? Ok. Ah, à mon avis, il doit y avoir une sorte de... un système de sorcière ou un truc comme ça. Bon, attends.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble. It's probably not.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say.
Alors, autre chose?
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Ouais, d'accord. On sait que Bonaparte est allé voir Adams. Ok. Bon, rien d'autre. Personne d'autre ici. Non. Non, bon, bah allez. Hop. Je peux pas descendre. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce fuck? Allez. Voilà. Voilà. On n'oublie rien, bien sûr. Il t'a rasé les murs. Voilà, là, il y a un truc.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Putain, d'accord. K. Un mot à 4 lettres, d'accord. Oh d'accord. Si j'ai pas d'indice, je sais pas te trouver, mais c'est pas grave. Allez, ah, il y a un truc à récupérer. Désolé, je fais le tour de la salle. Bon, lui, il a rien à me dire. Ouais, j'ai déjà écouté ce qu'il avait à me dire plutôt. Hop, là, est-ce qu'il y a des trucs? 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Il est où? Voilà.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Ah. D-A-N. Là, il y a 5 lettres. Ah, surtout, est-ce que c'est à moi en français ou pas?
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Non, j'en ai aucune idée. Bon, eh ben oui, très bien.
A nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Voilà. Voilà. Lui, je lui pique ces trucs. Oh putain, attendez. Bah oui, j'aimerais bien partir, mais je peux pas. Ah, si. Ah d'accord, putain, d'accord, c'est parce que j'étais pas près du... Oh putain. J'avais oublié ce truc. Ça fait quand même 2 mois, hein. Il y avait pas un point là? Bon, attendez, c'est la chambre de guide. C'est la chambre dont on peut pas y aller, je crois que toutes les portes étaient ouvertes. Mort et tourmenti.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Et pourquoi je peux pas rentrer? Mais putain. Mais oui, vous pouvez y aller, nanani nanana, je peux pas rentrer. C'est quoi ce bordel? À monsieur, à Mortimer. Là j'avais tout fouillé il me semble, hein, j'avais tout pris. D'ailleurs c'est chelou comme il commence l'épisode, on me dit ouais vous êtes accusé de meurtre. Et après on me dit oh bah enquêtez. Bon ça faisait un meilleur cliffhanger j'imagine. La chambre de qui ça? La mienne? Oh non c'est la scène du crime. Ah d'accord, ils l'ont laissé comme ça.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Ah!
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Oh putain, j'ai plus de points. Science, j'ai rien du tout. Et analyse. Prendre les notes, allez. J'ai bien fait de me mettre un sur... oui, monsieur, bonjour.
Has Sam finished with this room?
Non.
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Attends, j'avais pas
Take
vu.
his time. When Sam would like to leave, so there's only to tell me.
Oui, t'en fais pas, attends.
Has Sam finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
My dear Elizabeth.
Ça, je l'avais lu. Non, mais ça, je crois que j'avais tout lu. Hein.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Mal, Louis de Richer.
A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange. A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape.
Ah, je regarde hein, les différents.
Been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Bon, essayons de voir.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages.
Ah, je suis nul en langue et ça, putain, difficulté 1, il y a pas.
June 11th.
Bon, ça, j'ai déjà regardé dans l'épisode précédent. Ouais, bon, bah, y a rien en fait. Hein. Y a rien à regarder. Attendez, si là.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Pour la noblesse, l'habit fait le moine.
collar doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. Why the hell did she come into this room? Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk.
Vous nous répétez ça à chaque fois?
By the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Non, tu sais quoi, je vais pas user mon point là-dessus. On revient. On verra bien, on verra bien. Alors, attendez.
Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Bon. Oh là là, attendez. Il y a une tache de sang là, au mur.
Blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that. Knocked over bottle of wine.
Je vais rien faire d'autre. Désolé, je bois un coup.
Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
C'est quoi?
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh.
Le manche.
The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
Ouais, vas-y.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
On va garder le corps pour la fin.
Poor girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
D'accord, d'accord. Donc, bah, le corps, hein.
No sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, and maybe mutilations. She bled from the nose. signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
D'accord, si tu veux. Il a mis sa bouche.
What a strange smell. Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness. I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations.
Bon, ça j'ai déjà vu, d'accord. J'ai même pas fait gaffe, vous savez quoi? Examiner les bras.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Ouais, ça me coûte 0, ok. Ah ouais, putain, alors les tatouages, je peux rien regarder. Tellement nul.
Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
Bon alors, les bras, les 1,
I
le torse.
count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Oh putain, dégueulasse. Ah, avant de regarder, on va regarder ce qu'il y a d'autre. Alors c'est bon, les mains.
No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
On va revenir. Regarder les jambes.
No trace of blows on the legs. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Alors la couleur du sang, là on avait quoi?
I count no fewer than
On peut pas passer?
9 wounds on the thorax with
Oh
a
là
lot
là.
of blood.
Désolé.
First sight,
Désolé.
that's what caused her death.
Voilà, c'était quoi? Voilà, vaut mieux.
It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. No wounds, but
Désolé de vous refaire, de vous repasser ça.
nothing on the left
Oula.
except that tattooed symbol. No marks or bruising around the wrists. Doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
T'as vu ce qu'il a
No
dit?
marks or bruising around the wrists.
Maintenu ou
Like she
maîtrisé
was
de
tied
force,
up
d'accord.
or held by
Donc elle devait
force.
être sans doute dans les vapes. Mais non, si elle s'est défendue. Maintenant, je suis pas assez doué en langue, tout ça et tout, pour tout voir. Bon, les jambes...
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated. Possibly held by someone or something.
Ok. De toute façon, je peux plus rien faire. Allez, partir. Voilà, bon, est-ce que j'ai tout regardé? On sait qu'elle est morte à 3h et quelques. Là, il y avait l'horloge. Bon, là, j'ai tout regardé. Le sang, le couteau, la bouteille, le corps. Attends, il n'y avait pas un autre point? Non, le corps, c'est bon. Le coffre, je l'ai pris. Là, j'ai regardé. Allez. Ouais, bon. On peut partir.
Has Sir finished with this room?
Oui.
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Ah bah merci, c'est sympa. Allez, on sort. On va parler à lui.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Lord Mortimer must have informed you of the necessity for everyone to remain in their rooms until further notice.
Certainly, but I'm a guest, not a prisoner. I was looking for a servant, since we don't all, unfortunately, have one at our disposal.
Yeah, right.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Ouais. Je regarde, peut-être qu'il a oublié un truc, peut-être qu'il cherchait un truc et que je vais le trouver. Et ben non. Et ben non. Bon là ça doit être ma chambre.
President George Washington.
Ah George Washington, voilà. Allez, on va rentrer. Et c'est dans cette chambre qu'on va se laisser, écoutez. Hein. J'espère que vous avez apprécié cette première partie de cet épisode 2. Moi je vous dis bah à la prochaine. Ciao ciao.